This with a lot of my players who are struggling to get pronation on the serve and they can't keep the racket on edge. Remember, pronation is right before contact point. Your strings open up, but it should happen automatically. Okay, one way to get that to happen automatically is pretend like you want to hit the ball with your frame. So if I'm serving to the camera, pretend like you're going to hit the ball with the frame, but then obviously right before contact you open up. So I'm going for the serve, trying to hit the ball with my frame, and then just release at the end. Yes. So my frame is going to the ball. Especially if you're a player or if you have players that are always opening up and there's no power, have them imagine the frame is going to the ball, and then at the end it opens up. It happens so fast you can't even see it, but if they focus on the frame to the ball, it happens automatically. Champions, I want to give you a quick tip without getting too technical. I do this with a lot of my players on the serve. I call it the floating serve. And the reason why I call it the floating serve is because you want to imagine after the serve, like Roger Federer, you're still floating up in the air. Okay, too many players, they serve, they don't realize the head is coming down, But if you focus on serving, and after the serve, it's almost like you're still floating up in the air with your head, it sorts out a lot of things. So I'm serving, floating up in the air. Serve, afterwards I'm still floating, especially keeping my chin up, floating. So instead of thinking about technique, think float in the air afterwards. Right, champions, one quick tip on the serve. If you're struggling to get snap, if you're struggling to get racket head speed, if you're struggling to throw your racket at the ball on the serve, just check if your wrist might be a little bit tight here. So when you serve, it's a little bit tight, and then you serve, okay? One way to fix it is before you serve, loosen up your wrist, and then you keep this feeling throughout the whole serve. So I'm loose, keep the feeling, and then I serve. There, nice and loose, and it's gonna give you so much more snap and power. Guys, quick tip on the serve. Too many players, they don't realize it, but they're holding the racket a little bit too high. You're losing out on power and racket head speed. Okay, by simply taking the racket a little bit lower, there, now you're going to get more snap, swing, and power. Okay, so be sure to hold the racket at the bottom of the grip.